What's up, everybody? So it's been a little dry, but I'm going to try to give you a little bit of Teen Mom tea. Bear with me. So, as we all know, Kail and her entire family tested positive for COVID-19, including V, which is her co host and her baby daddy's wife, and Javi tested positive as well. And her best friend that came down to visit and had to leave early, Tori, tested positive as well for COVID-19. So Kail super spread this to literally everybody in the Delaware circle. But from my knowledge, Joe and Chris did not catch COVID. Now, Kail is getting a whole bunch of backlash from this COVID thing, okay? And even more because of the information I learned today. So when Kail first got sick, she wasn't really acknowledging the fact that she was sick, even though she said that she had no taste or smell or whatever. On the internet, laughing every day, talking about somehow she didn't feel good. She then announced on her Baby Mama's No Drama podcast that she was a COVID queen, her and V, and nobody liked that she used those words, and she got a lot of backlash, a lot of comments saying that they were not going to support the podcast anymore, and people didn't think that V was too bright because V was complaining about Joe not paying her any attention, and she's not able to kiss her husband, and she feels some type of way because her husband don't want to sleep with her. It was just like, what? Like, the way they were laughing and just joking about the whole COVID situation, and Kail, like, yeah, I've had COVID like 3 times. And all my kids have had it before. The way that she was going about it kind of seemed very insensitive to people. I could see where it would rub people the wrong way. Even though I feel like Kail and V were just trying to make light of a terrible situation. And sometimes people use laughter in situations like that. It was pretty much distasteful because thousands of people have lost their lives, and it's very serious. And these people were probably not traveling all over the world and going to water parks and going out of the country because they needed vacations. These people were probably, elderly or young, and it was just distasteful. So I could see why a lot of people was turned off. Not only that, but today she's traveling with her chaos, who's, I think it's been like 6 or 7 or 8 days since we found out that they even had COVID. She's traveling with her chaos to Washington, D.C., and they're sightseeing with no masks on. And people are dragging her again because they're like, girl, you just got COVID. Sit down. You're a super spreader. You are, making bad choices. And I can't judge somebody for wanting to go out and continue to live life during a pandemic if that's what you want to do. She's grown at the end of the day. Everybody just protect yourself. That's all I have to say. Also, what I learned today is that she wished illness on her baby daddy for whatever reason. So, Chris Lopez got on to his podcast. If you guys didn't know, Chris has a podcast as well, and he spilled a whole bunch of tea, some extremely unnecessary and unsettling, but I'll get to that in a second. So, he said that Kail actually wished this illness on him.
But I only had my kids for like 1 day, so I wasn't really exposed to them. But when I found out, I was like, damn, he got COVID, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, that's crazy as hell. And then, you know what's fucked up though? Me and my kids' mom don't talk. But like, she really had the nerve to tell me, I hope you get COVID.
Wow.
I said, mother.
Wow. And I don't wish that on nobody. I had COVID too.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Nobody.
Like, she was like, and this is like, see,
I'm
I ain't
not
even trying to
gonna-
be on that
yeah.
tight time, bro.
I'm not gonna wish nothing on somebody, especially when I know it's a possibility. Like, it's people out here dying.
people
Now,
actually
granted,
dying from that.
I
now
get it, y'all
personally,
got
Bad
it, but
Kail. Okay, this is not surprising that she wished COVID on him because she literally acts like she cannot stand the dude. Like, she called him a roach. Like, last week or 2 weeks ago on Instagram, said one of her baby daddies showed up at the Airbnb, so her and her kids had to leave, and she took a picture of a cockroach. And today, he's just going on and on about these co-parenting woes. So this is what he put on Instagram today. Get them mad so you can find out how they really feel. They've been dying to say that. Then somebody asked him, how's co-parenting? And he says, it's the worst job in the world. Then somebody says, do you think it's personal feelings that make co-parenting difficult or actually co-parenting problems? He said, 1,000,000% personal. Then somebody said, do you think co-parenting will ever get easier? Praying for you that it does. He says, it got easier for the other two, so I guess it'll get easier for me. How do we keep personal problems out of co-parenting? And he said, that's a maturity thing. So the last question is, what made you have a second kid if things were already rocky with the first? He says, shit happens, you live and you learn. Which brings me to my next topic of these clips from his podcast today that I want you guys to listen to, because apparently him and Kail were quite the freaks. Okay, so that's why they had a second child. So they started talking about sex on this PTSD podcast, and they were going around the table talking about the freakiest place that they ever did it. And then it was Chris Lopez's turn to divulge.
All right.
So it was like
Mine, I ain't gonna lie, I even forgot about this shit, and they brought it up. It was the doctor's office. We were going for like.
Fuck did y'all pull that
we were
off?
going, it was me.
No, I'm saying, like, was it a hospital or like a regular doctor's
It's in
office?
the hospital, like doctor's
Oh.
office type shit.
Okay.
Like we was going for like a ultrasound joint.
you know,
Doctor
did you lock the
slid.
door?
The doctor slid out, and I was just sitting there looking at her like.
Well, damn, how long the doctor slid out
He
for?
just slid. It was like it was quick. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was
Oh,
like some
alright.
quick shit. But yeah, you know, I've had sex in the doctor's office. I had sex outside the doctor's office, like right
Yeah.
before our appointment. We have sex before we go into shit. Like, bro, I didn't have sex in a lot of places. But
Yeah.
when it comes to like, like when I get
Art.
comfortable with you, I'm more the aggressor. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Like most of the time, I am the aggressor, but I do like the girl. Even though I like the girl take control first time, I'm usually aggressive. Whatever.
Yeah,
But
I'm definitely the
I,
aggressor
de-
all the
I
time.
definitely like when a girl
when it comes to
when a girl
sex-
take control, bro. That shit be like, oh, all
turn
right.
on, yeah.
Like, all right, I know what you.
I don't know, y'all. I think Chris misses her because he just went on and on about their sex life and how he turned her into a freak and stuff like that. And all I kept thinking about was a picture of Javi in his boxers in my mind. And I'm just thinking like, wow. Javi didn't even stand a chance compared to Chris. I already know. Girl, Kail. I feel you, girl.
Bro,
Sometimes
every girl I've gotten, I turned her up. Every girl I've ever been with, I turned her freak.
That's
I turned
fine.
Her, and they freaked
That's
out.
fine.
They be freaked
That's
out.
fine.
You gotta do that. That's what
You
you,
don't
gotta
ha-
do with your girl, though.
you
You,
don't
gotta
have-
turn your girl into a freak, bro. You got to. You got a girl, you gotta turn into a freak. It don't turn those.
But
sex
that
don't
still
slow
ain't
down.
got shit to do with we gotta always fuck or we gotta be fucking on something.
If you
Now,
turn your
you
girl
don't
into a
always,
freak,
you don't
I feel
always
like
got fuck, but it's like
If
it's
you-
just that.
I'm just saying, bro, when I
I
get-
don't know me.
But
I'd
the
want
question-
to.
The question
I'd be
was,
wanting to.
the question was,
but
does
my ex,
I just
I was
know.
we hitting that shit
To the
5
question-
times a day because I fucking was like I just loved that motherfucker.
But that's
you
what
feel
I'm
me?
saying.
I
I'm
just-
not
question,
fucking you
looking
5
at
times
her
a day just because I
just
love you.
To the
cuz.
question,
I'm not
should
fucking
it
5 times a
should-
day just 'cause
To
I love you.
me personally, it should not slow up. No.
I'm turned up.
Yes, Chris, you are turned up. And this is not the first time that he's talked about all of the strange places that him and Kail have done it, like the parking lot of a strip mall.
Telling y'all that. How'd y'all know that? Yup, right in the mall too. Boop, boop, boop. Why she say that? Oh no. Oh, we talked about that before. Her friend tried to judge us and shit. Her co-host tried to judge us. I was in that bitch like boop, 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 boop.
Not to mention that weird, awkward sexual clip in front of Chris's grandma house where you can tell they just finished having sex that Kail put in one of her YouTube videos, and then everybody was giving her hell about it and asking who the dude was. So she deleted it. This was in the early days before people was really fucking with Chris.
Getting dick down?
You was just eating my dick.
I wasn't eating your dick.
You was just eating my dick. And you got nut on your lips. And you trying to get a kiss.
I did not have nut on my lips. Why are you lying? You're disgusting. Why are you lying? Why are you lying?
You just had lip. And you went like a.
No, I did not. Tell everybody how you like things up your butt.
Now you lying. You know damn well you got that butt plug that's like this big. And you know how, and you like it. You know you like it.
I never said that.
And you get the whole thing in there.
I don't know. Chris is hilarious to me, and Kail is even more hilarious. It just seems like she has sex everywhere except her house, like Chris's grandma house, the mall parking lot, the Wawa parking lot. Like, can we just stay home? I don't know. But I do know one thing. That is enough visualization of Kail and Chris' sex life in my mind forever. Like, these two might as well just get married. Like, it's pretty clear they both miss each other. They're both talking about the sex was amazing and I love you to death and stuff like that. It's just like,
If we were all that to each other, why didn't our relationship work?